on exhibit, which is great, but it's still not the same as seeing the real thing. We have a coelacanth in our preserved fish collection in the museum, and here it is. It's been taken out of its tank for study. But because it had to go into this untested 3M fluid, we weren't willing to put our only coelacanth on exhibit in this fluid. Well, so I contacted a colleague at the South African Institute of Aquatic Biology, Dr. Tony Rubink, and not only had to ask him if he happened to have any extra coelacanths lying around that we might put on exhibit, but could we also put it in this experimental fluid? And to my surprise, he agreed. He said they were having some of the same fire code issues that we are, and he not only sent us a beautiful adult coelacanth, but also a coelacanth pup. Unlike most fishes, coelacanths give birth to their young alive. So in the exhibit, this is what it looks like. We have both the adult and the pup. So the ocean exhibit is really an experiment in progress, and we'll be monitoring the status of these specimens in this 3M fluid as we go along. But as Elizabeth mentioned, one of the big problems was, unlike alcohol, where specimens sink in this 3M fluid, they all float up to the top of the jar. And this presented some challenges that the mounters had to deal with. And if you look closely at a lot of the jars, you'll see various ways that they made them stay down. In this case, they have a glass straw that has a pin that goes into the specimen, and then this straw is attached up to the lid of the jar. The male giant squid, obviously the tentacles just all want to go up to the surface, and if you look closely you can see that they're tied down onto these bolts here. So they came up with a number of ways to keep the specimens down. A few specimens I don't want you to miss when you go through the exhibit. This is one of my favorites that's on exhibit. It's called a telescope fish, and you'll find it in the open ocean section of the Twilight Zone. And here's what it looks like on exhibit. You can see his mouth open there, and again you can see these glass straws that are holding it down. A few of our specimens, however, we thought were just too rare to put into this 3M experimental fluid. And again, remember, we were allowed to have 10 gallons of alcohol, so we picked a few specimens that we really wanted to have and put them in alcohol. This specimen you will find in the deep ocean water column section. This is a deep sea anglerfish. It's also called a sea devil, and you can see these little spines look like horns sticking up off of it.